This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun. No.
Y'all, just
Stop.
a sham. Welcome to DBL. It's Thursday, September 23rd. I'm Jeff here with my friends Al and Tori. How we feeling?
Feeling good. I got my mug. I'm ready to go.
Got your mug?
My trusty mug. It's Baby Ford's feet.
Oh.
Have either of you having a pumpkin spice yet? It's getting pretty fall out there.
It is. The leaves are a-crunching, aren't they?
No.
Okay.
Some hosts, none of us, have been announced for the new season of SNL, and they're all first-timers, guys. Owen Wilson, Kim Kardashian, Rami Malek, and former cast member Jason Sudeikis are slated to host in October. But actress Deborah Messing seemed confused with one of the choices. She tweeted, quote, "Why Kim Kardashian? I mean, I know she's a cultural icon, but SNL has hosts, and here's the key word, generally, who are performers who are there to promote a film, TV show, or album launch. Am I missing something?"
No, you got the hating.
Yeah, just your thirstiness. And I love Deborah Messing. I love Deborah Messing. She's like Lucille Ball, physical comedian, okay to use her body. This comes out really bad. Not only is Kim Kardashian a cultural icon, she's going to get you eyeballs. SNL has done it before. They had Nancy Kerrigan, they had Elon Musk, they had Donald Trump, they had Steve Forbes, Rudy Giuliani. There's no need to put that out there other than you looking like I never got to host SNL. I'm sorry.
She used the word generally.
Yeah.
Generally, they do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You answered your own question.
Right, yeah, it's like generally we don't have to take guest day of, but if LeBron James rolls up, I'll get up and give him my microphone. You know,
Yeah.
You make exceptions, and honestly, as somebody that's written on a television show before, do you know what the writer's room would be doing if they knew that they were going to have Kim Kardashian, the amount of great sketches that you could write for her? I mean, she isn't a stiff on camera. She's been on camera 15 years. She's used to having it in her face probably more than Nancy Kerrigan was. So I don't see why this would be a bad thing. And if it's bad, it's even better.
You want people talking about it. You
Either
want
way.
eyeballs on it. Kim Kardashian or the Kardashians in general, no matter what you feel, bring eyeballs to something.
Always.
Yeah.
As a viewer, I was interested in Elon Musk. I wanted to see how people who aren't in film and television handle themselves, right? Kim Kardashian, I would say she is in film and television.
Except for the fact is that she's very famously shy, and she's never really gone on and done crazy stuff.
So is David Letterman, though. He's famously shy.
True, but she has never gone and done like improv for people. She's always had a script. So I'm really excited to see her kind of break out of her shell.
That's what I'm excited about. I like to see people who are scared about it. Bill Burr hosted last year as well. He said he was terrified.
Really?
And I listened to his podcast, and he talks, he's a comedian in case you guys don't know, but he was like terrified, and he goes up on stage in front of hundreds of thousands of people, right? And he's like, man, being on that stage, what it represents,
Another
what it
level.
means.
Huge.
So as a viewer, I like to see stuff like that, so I'm interested in Kim Kardashian.
Me too. I can't believe Owen Wilson, by the way, quick thought, hadn't hosted before.
I mean, I can't believe Deborah Messing hasn't hosted before.
Yeah, well, she certainly made that clear.
I guess so. All right, guys, switching gears. Johnny Depp is speaking out against cancel culture. Johnny recently picked up an honorary award for achievement in film at a festival in Spain. So afterwards, he told reporters that cancel culture is like polluted air that's exhaled. Watch.
It's so far out of hand now that I can promise you that no one is safe. Not one of you. Not one of you. Not anyone out that door. Takes one sentence and then there's no more ground.
How much money would you pay to have dinner with that guy?
He looks like the president, like in 2070 when the world has run out of water. You know, like when we're all desperate and living in sand.
He seems very calm.
Right, yeah. Like that's what our leader would look like. He's just like the Dutch boy paint guy.
I love Johnny Depp. I'm a big fan, but as we mentioned before, Johnny was dropped from the Fantastic Beasts franchise because of cancel culture after he lost that libel case against the UK newspaper that called him, quote, a wife beater. I thought this was just a little button, obviously not.
No,
and
not at
he's suing his ex Amber Heard for $50 million over an op-ed she wrote about domestic violence. That is important to this story, right? Because he's really going through it. When this story first broke, I'm like, wow, I can't believe Johnny Depp is allegedly this. Now I'm kind of changing my tune because there's so much accusations going back and forth. I don't know what's real.
There's some things I don't want to touch and go into. And It's because I have absolutely no clue who's right and wrong, and that is the Amber Heard Johnny Depp mess. It's a big ball of violence and anger and alcohol and he said, she said, and tabloids, and I'm not sure at all who's right in this one. So I don't want to take anyone down on this one, but I do want to just say, to back things up, many more people who cancel people have a right to do so because they've done something wrong. Most people aren't canceled for doing absolutely nothing wrong. So I understand Johnny's fear because it can happen. Aziz Ansari, we saw Chris Hardwick, for instance, but that's an aberration. That isn't all the time. Usually when someone's canceled, they've done something that you have to be held accountable for.
See, you're right, but I want to disagree and push back a little bit on this fact. Once you're labeled is what the internet does, right? It's 10% of the people making up 90% of the content, and they label you something, Tori. So whatever they label you, it sticks. There's a reprint on page 6 that nobody reads that says Tori is not this person, but you are forever a retraction. You are forever a racist, a homophobic. You do not support transgender people. You do not support this sort of party. Whatever it may be, insert that blank. You are forever that person. There are, even if there is a retraction, nobody hears about it. And once the internet puts that stink on you, it doesn't wash off.
Yeah, it's a bad place to be. And there's another thing, Jeff. It goes beyond just like that, having that stink on you. It just that it's so unfair.
Is it?
To me. And I'll tell you why. Think about this. I'm even scared to have his army come after me, but like Chris Brown famously had an incident with a pretty famous young lady that involved violence, did it not?
And he was convicted for that.
Yeah, and how's his ticket sales doing? Pretty damn good. You know? So how'd that happen? It's because women still find him attractive. Let's keep it 100. So it just seems like there's different rules for different people. And we cancel different people and we allow other people to have their reclamation projects, which, to quote Erica Cobb, I believe everybody deserves. I'm glad Chris is doing better. I'm a fan of his music. I bought his albums. So I don't want to throw away a 21-year-old or a 22-year-old, especially when they had a tough upbringing. But it just doesn't seem like if you're not attracted to the person or the person doesn't still entertain you, you're just willing to toss them away. So I just don't think the rules are fair for everybody.
It's selective for sure. It's a selective cancellation.
Yeah, but when he goes, you're talking about like Kevin Spacey, he needs to be canceled.
Right.
Right. When you're talking about a general person like Olivia Jade, when her parents already did the time for the college admission scandal, and then she does Dancing with the Stars, and now everyone's outraged.
What do you want from her?
When do you let go? When do you cut that tie? And why are networks and big businesses listening to the internet?
Man, this is a great question. I'm just saying at some point, sometimes, as you said, Kevin Spacey, Bill Cosby, they all have a right to be canceled. It's up to the public who selectively gets to be picked.
But you're talking about people who committed a crime and need to be put in jail. When you have a statement that doesn't maybe support some, I don't even want to pick a thing because I'm scared to get called out. But if you say something that goes against anything of Black Lives Matter, goes against anything of the trans or gay community or LGBTQ community, if you say anything, just saying or questioning, I don't really understand that. You are against us, and now, therefore, you are racist, and you are transphobic, and you are homophobic.
But is that the majority of cancellations?
The second half of that, well, and the thing is, let's say somebody does have just mentality and doesn't speak up. Well, now guess what? Now none of us get to have the conversations that we need to have to move things forward. The uncomfortable conversations that the generations that came before us had, the real knockdown, drag out, ugly conversations that need to be had to talk to your grandparents about gay marriage, or talk to your spouse about your child is transgendered. Those are tough conversations that people learn from by watching them happen in the public. If we don't see them happen in the public, because everybody's like, I'm happy with everything, good for you, good for you. We don't have a show, we don't have conversation,
no discourse,
we have no context, and where do we go from here?
And you're missing the most important thing, growth.
Right.
We have no growth. If I'm scared to talk about something or question something because I don't understand it for fear of being canceled, and this is why I'm so passionate about cancel culture, because I'm a very inquisitive person. Al, I want to know, what was it like growing up black? Why did the police do this? Again, I'm just throwing out a general statement here. We've talked about this. I understand it so much more now because I've asked you about it, and I'm your buddy, and you talk to me about that. If someone turns on the television and they see me asking a question like that, they say, why would that white person ask that man, not knowing anything about a relationship, and automatically judge me as a racist? And that's what I'm scared about cancel culture. You're not allowed to talk about it in universities. You're not, if it's printed in black and white, that statement, I'm a racist.
Interesting.
Right? So that's when I talk about cancel culture. When you say Kevin Spacey and
there's levels.
those other things.
There's levels, yeah.
Sorry, I went way on that.
No, but there's levels to it. It's fair.
Yes, all right. Good convo. I'm canceled. We'll be right back.
Closed captioning provided by...
Okay, we're on. Sorry, we had like another story and then a rap, and I was just.
You killed it.
What was the other story?
It was about a model.
Others. We had one about Linda Evangelista.
Oh, God, did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, well, we were about to.
Let me tell Tiffany about
Why don't you
this.
do that story?
Yeah.
Okay, so Linda Evangelista is a famous supermodel from the 80s and the 90s. She had that cute little nose, if you guys remember. And a lot of her compatriots have done things. Like Christy Brinkley has gone on, and they just have done really well for themselves as older models. No one's seen Linda Evangelista for like years. So she finally came out with a statement and said, I went in for cool sculpting, and I got horribly disfigured. And instead of taking the fat out, it's caused me to have terrible deformations in my physical body. So no one's seen her. She didn't put a picture up, but she said she's been in a terrible depression. She's become a recluse. She won't leave the house. She's in terrible shape about what her body looks like. She says she looks completely deformed, and she's now suing the Cool Sculpt people. So that's what happened to Linda Evangelista, a terrible plastic surgery malfunction causing her to have major physical
Tori,
deformities.
let me ask you something, because that's such a big thing, the cool sculpting
Yeah.
now. I've had it done, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've had it done. It didn't really do anything for me, but could the cool sculpting people sue her?
For what, defamation?
You know what I mean? If they scare people off.
No, well, she named specifically something with a Z. I forget the name of it, but that particular type of cool sculpting. She didn't just say all cool sculpting, and because of that, she has a case. If they've done something wrong, she's allowed to talk about it in the public's eye. So unless she said all cool sculpting is bad, she has a case.
But that's like a new thing.
I mean, can you imagine?
She said she looks awful.
Well, it's just
like deformed.
But what if it was just like, I don't know.
She said there's fat in places that shouldn't be. It's all
That
messed
seems
up.
because the one I got done.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
did it with we actually did it for the show. That's why I did it. And it's just like warms you up or cools you down. It's just like little things. So she must have had something more
I
advanced.
think,
advanced,
some
yeah.
people's bodies just have like almost
Right.
like an allergic reaction.
Did not
to
go
it.
well for her, so we're thinking of her.
Tori Schulman, Al Jackson, Erica Cobb, Jeff Schroeder, Sam Shocker.
This is my show, baby.
Celebrating our 5th year and going strong, DBL is always all new every day.
Welcome back to DBL. There's been a ton of speculation of Tori leaving DBL. I'm kidding. She wasn't paying attention.
Put that to rest today.
I'm like, what?
She wasn't paying attention to me. I had to grab her attention.
Sorry, thank you.
Let's get to the real story. There's been a ton of speculation. Will Matthew McConaughey run for governor of Texas? He's leading in recent polls over other potential candidates like Beto O'Rourke and current Governor Greg Abbott. Well, Matthew is speaking out about it. Here's what he said on a recent podcast.
Now, I'm measuring it. Look, it's going to be in some capacity. I'm more of a folk singing philosopher, poet, statesman than I am a per se definitive politician.
Right.
So I go, well, that's the reason not to. But then I go, oh, no, that's exactly why you should.
Yeah.
Because politics needs redefinition. But I'm measuring, what is my category? What's my embassy? Because I have to remain a storyteller. I've been given that gift. I love doing it. I have to remain an artist.
The best politicians are storytellers. Let's be honest.
I'd agree with that.
And I think we all need a political poet because what we have now are just nasty, nasty comments going back and forth. In fact, I'll go further. I think America needs Matthew McConaughey to chill out the fire. Everybody's still mad. He goes against both. He goes for both. Both parties like him. And he chills everyone out in a way that very few people can do without putting people off. I say go for it, Matthew. We need all the help we can get.
I think you say that now, but what if he runs as a Democrat?
What's wrong with that?
How much hate did Kanye get for possibly splitting the vote?
But Kanye and Matthew McConaughey are two very different, reasonable levels of getting it.
Matthew McConaughey is way more popular.
But Kanye was never going to win.
I'm pro Matthew running. I think he'd be good. I think we need a calming voice, and I think he would be a politician that could not be bought because he's already a wealthy man. But whatever group he decides to run on, he's going to split that vote, and it is going. Even if he runs as a third party candidate, and there's going to be some hate on whatever side loses. And hate is 200 million people constantly texting you all the time that they're going to do bad things to you. So stepping into politics
Listen,
right now.
I think we need to. We got to run. I could talk about this as well all day. But we need to redefine politics exactly like you said. There's going to be people upset, but we need to shake up whatever's going on because it's not working.
It's weird.
Coming up on DBL, Victoria Conifol, how her Days of Our Lives spinoff compares to the original. We're talking about it next.
We all know that
medical researchers put cotton mask material through rigorous testing. No surprise, but some of the cotton fibers started falling apart over time. Scientists say that made it slightly harder to breathe out of. But here's the important part. Researchers say the cloth face masks were still just as effective at filtering out airborne particles. Experts also say washing cloth masks is super important. The agency says just toss it in with the regular laundry when it gets dirty. And that's connecting the dots.
Sweaters made out of?
What?
Looks like marriage material. The slap that echoed throughout DBL. A couple of years ago, I met Days of Our Lives actress Victoria Conifol on set, and earlier we talked to her about her recent Daytime Emmy win. That's today's Chatting with the Stars. Victoria, good to see you again. When we filmed the interview in LA, you said I was the one of your first slaps on set. Has that changed? Are they letting you slap people around on set?
Oh, I've slapped so many people since then. I've punched, I've thrown them onto tables, I've hit them with baseball bats. It's quite violent on the set, actually.
It's like The Walking Dead over there.
I had the best time coming to visit you guys. You guys are fantastic over there.
You guys are. And in fact, you know, congrats is in order. At just 24 years old, you, my dear, are officially a Daytime Emmy Award winner.
Yes! Victoria!
Yes. So can you tell us about the moment you heard your name announced? Like, what went through your mind?
Ooh, so I barely heard my name announced. Because it was a COVID Emmy, I got to celebrate with all my friends and family. I rented out this hotel room. And once we heard the V in my name, it was just a roar of screaming. And I just remember, like, not even processing that it was reality. I cupped my face into my hands and I was just breathing and everyone was screaming around me, hugging me, and just an outpour of love from those closest to me. It was really a moment for life.
Now, usually Jeff asks this question, but I'm going to ask it before I get to my question. Where in the house is your Emmy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is on my mantle right by the door. It is one of the first things I see when I leave and one of the first things I see when I come in.
I love it.
Thanks for asking that, buddy.
Yeah, so you got to get that in. Now, you graduated from the prestigious LaGuardia High School for Performing Arts in NYC, the same school that, I don't know, some names like Jennifer Aniston, Adrian Brody, what's his name, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Al Pacino, and Liza Minnelli attended.
Wow.
Now, out of all these people I just listed, who would you want to be your next co-star?
Ooh.
Oh, that is a loaded question. Honestly, Al.
Yeah.
I want to work with Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Al Jackson thought you were talking about him.
He did for a second.
If you didn't say Pacino,
I would love to work with you one day.
I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna clip that. Just cut right when it says Al. I'll be like, see, all right, Hollywood, get on it.
Victoria, before you said Pacino, I actually saw Al's body language like perk up. He actually thought. Why would she say you?
Oh, God, that was funny.
I have yet to be recognized for my acting talents.
Oh, God, I got to say, that was funny.
Your Beyond Salem co-star Lisa Rinna, who is known for being a housewife, has said that remembering soap opera lines is the hardest part of the job. I've interviewed a lot of soap stars. I always ask them this because I have trouble with this in my own life, not that I'm an actor or anything, but it's tough to remember those lines. Do you have any pointers you could give even actors out there or Lisa Rinna herself?
Oh gosh, this is gonna sound so spoiled. I kind of have selective photographic memory, so I can just look at a page and like kind of close my eyes and see where the words fall on the page. It's really weird. I thought that's how everyone memorized things, but apparently not. But I think that the biggest tip I can give is to listen to your partner, because if you listen to your co-star, you know what you're going to say. If you're genuinely in the scene, you know, you can anticipate what your next line is going to be based off of what they give you. So be a good listener and be in the moment.
Smart.
That's great.
What? I just did
That was good, Jack.
And I use that technique too. I close my eyes and all the words go away. But other than that, we're on the same page.
Victoria, we so adore you. Now to our DBL Nation, Days of Our Lives Beyond Salem is streaming on Peacock with new episodes dropping daily. Thank you so much, Victoria.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye,
Victoria. Good to
Thank
see
you for having me.
We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The COVID-19 vaccine is widely available and provides a high level of protection against the virus's worst symptoms. But one recent study cited by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis suggests natural immunity may be more effective than only getting vaccinated.
You know, Israel did a study and they compared the protection from a previous infection versus the Pfizer protection. They found the Pfizer did provide protection, but the natural immunity was far stronger.
So let's verify. Did a study in Israel find natural immunity provides stronger protection against COVID-19 than the Pfizer vaccine? Our sources are Dr. William Schaffner, an infectious disease professor, Dr. Stuart Ray, an infectious disease expert at Johns Hopkins Hospital, and Maccabi Healthcare Services. DeSantis appears to be referring to research conducted by a well-regarded insurer in Israel. MHS reviewed charts of its 2.5 million members to find people who tested positive for the Delta variant. It then compared how many were previous COVID survivors and had natural immunity with how many were only vaccinated with the Pfizer vaccine. Researchers concluded natural immunity lasts longer and offers stronger protection than the Pfizer vaccine alone. While the researchers' findings are neither peer-reviewed nor published in a medical journal, it is consistent with data on other variants by different researchers.
The Israeli experience is often there early, and we can learn from it.
Doctors point out the researchers didn't factor in those who died from COVID-19 before they could get natural immunity.
So the natural immunity is a consequence of having survived COVID, but I don't think our strategy should be for people to get natural immunity, because people will die on the path to natural immunity, whereas vaccination is a safe way.
Also, DeSantis doesn't mention that that same study also found people with natural immunity and who received at least one dose of the vaccine had the most protection. So it's true that an early study in Israel did find natural immunity provides stronger protection against COVID-19 than the Pfizer vaccine, but it's also dangerous to obtain, and survivors can also benefit from getting vaccinated. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis. To receive daily fast facts to your phone, text Verify to 202-410-8808. And to sign up for our newsletter, visit verifythis.com/email.
Welcome back to DBL. As the official host of Deal Blast, earlier Steph and I checked out some great discounted products from our friends at Morning Save. My new best friends. Check them out on our latest edition of Deal Blast with me. Yeah. All right, so what do you have for us today, Steph?
Hey guys, I've got some wonderful products and even better deals, and I can't wait to share them with all of you. So first up, we've got this Spirit Linen Ultra Soft 6-piece sheet set. So these luxurious sheets come in a variety of different sizes and colors, and this collection set is made of microfiber fabric, which will give you a very comfortable night's rest. So normally, Jeff, these range from $69 to $99, but right now we've got it for only $29, saving DBL viewers 71%. Now, Jeff, we've got Ivory Yellow by Conair 6-piece spinner travel set. So it includes this amazing suitcase, one backpack, one neck pillow, one head wrap, a pair of socks, and a luggage tag. Normally, it's as much as $169, but we've got it for only $69, which means you're saving 59%. Now, this next item is going to bring the gym to you. It's a 2-pack of Day One Fitness 13-inch foam rollers. Normally, it's as much as $48, but we've got 2 for $20, saving up to 58%. And last but certainly not least, we've got a 2-pack of Glow 10-foot sound-activated multicolor LED strip lights. This is my product of the week. It's so jazzy. So normally these are as much as $120, but we've got 2 for $20, saving up to 83%.
All right, Steph, thank you so much. Guys, you can head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thanks again, Steph. Wow, the comments are pouring in.
Oh,
Jeff,
are?
you're fantastic.
Wow.
Jeff, where'd you get that suit? Jeff, you're so much better than Tori. Wow.
So mean.
It's always
That's
hard
mine?
when you find out on air.
It's not. I didn't find out anything. I found out he's okay.
The
I'm
streets
way
are
better.
talking, Tori.
All right. I'm way better. Deal Blast is mine.
Jeff is so much better. DBL is new every day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys. It's my show.